Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into this crazy, rapid convergence of technology we're seeing right now. You know that once firm line separating a live sports broadcast, blockbuster Hollywood cinema, and fully AI-generated video? Yeah, that line is basically completely disappearing right before our eyes. We're going to look at exactly how these once distinct worlds are colliding, how crazy fast this tech is accelerating, and what it actually means for the entire future of live entertainment. To kick things off, I really want you to picture this wildly specific scene. Imagine you're watching a hyper-realistic, highly cinematic live broadcast of a night match. The stands are packed, and the camera cuts to a captivating woman. She's holding a burger in one hand, just casually taking a sip of her drink, looking super confident. Then the live commentator mentions a spectacular moment on the pitch, and she gets this slightly mischievous smile. Okay, get this. She leans over, hands her cheeseburger and her Red Bull to the guy next to her, stands right up, and literally sprints for the pitch. The live broadcast cameras are tracking her every move with pure dramatic tension. The players see her, and instead of stopping her, they react like they've been waiting for her. The crowd is absolutely losing its mind. She steps onto that lush green turf in flawless cinematic slow motion, expertly controls the ball, and unleashes a thunderous strike right into the net, a perfect goal. The whole stadium completely erupts, the commentators are screaming, and the players swarm her like she's the undeniable star of the match. And here's the absolute kicker. It is visually perfect. We're talking intricate skin textures, creamy background blur, realistic floodlighting, even the real-time score overlay in the corner. It looks 100% real. Which brings us to Section 1, the ultimate pitch invader. Let's dive into this wild scenario, because everything I just described to you, not real. It's verbatim a prompt for an AI video generator. And analyzing this synthetic vision tells us a whole lot about where sports media is heading, because these new AI models are designed to render that exact prompt with terrifying accuracy. Now contrast that flawless cinematic hero from our AI prompt with actual reality. If you watch sports, you know real-life pitch invaders are chaotic, they're messy, and honestly, usually pretty funny. Think back to that Barnsley duo who completely ambushed the pitch to clumsily score an injury-time goal together, dodging security the whole way. Or the Everton protester who literally zip-tied his own neck to a goalpost, right? They had to bring out heavy bolt cutters while the players just stood around confused. Or, of course, Chelsea's Sam Kerr fearlessly dropping her shoulder and absolutely bulldozing an invader like an NFL linebacker. Real sports are wonderfully unpredictable. But our burger-eating fan, she represents a totally new vision, a synthetic, AI-generated broadcast that aims to be completely indistinguishable from reality while maintaining absolute cinematic perfection. Okay, moving to Section 2, Hollywood meets live sports. To understand how we actually get to completely synthetic sports generation, we first got to look at how real live sports broadcasts are actively adopting literal Hollywood technology today. The whole aesthetic of live sports is shifting dramatically. The crossover really begins with the sheer scale of modern broadcasts. Just look at this number, 147. That is the staggering number of cameras Fox used to cover Super Bowl 59. To put that into perspective, your standard regular season game uses maybe 40 cameras. This massive Super Bowl arsenal included 27 ultra slow motion rigs and multiple 8K cameras that are literally capable of capturing individual blades of grass bending under a cleat, or the exact moment a receiver's fingertips graze the ball in hyper-detailed slow motion. Broadcasters aren't just documenting a game anymore. They're treating live sporting events like blockbuster movie sets. And the cinematic evolution completely changes the visual vibe of the game. Networks like La Liga in Spain are actually using full-frame cinema cameras, like the super high-end Sony Venice, right on the field. They pair a skilled Steadicam operator with this brilliant tech called the Cinefade Varian D filter. This lets producers seamlessly transition from a flat, traditional broadcast look where the whole pitch is in focus to a dramatic, shallow depth of field right in the middle of live action. So a player scores, runs to the camera, and boom, the background beautifully melts away into this creamy blur, perfectly isolating their raw motion just like a dramatic Hollywood close-up. But the Hollywood crossover doesn't stop at just the lenses. Networks are attaching LiDAR sensors, which is the exact same laser scanning tech used in self-driving cars, directly to their skycams. This real-time mapping lets augmented reality graphics stay flawlessly locked to the physical field. So when that skycam swoops down from high above the stadium, those giant virtual team logos or glowing first down lines, they don't jitter or slide around the grass. They look as physically anchored as the actual painted turf itself. So we've got the Hollywood visuals. Now for Section 3, AI enhances the action. What's really fascinating about this next phase is how artificial intelligence is stepping in as the ultimate live director and real-time post-production assistant for all this footage. Platforms like Higgsfield are completely revolutionizing replay tech. They use AI frame interpolation to magically generate missing frames between original shots. Think of it like a flipbook, where the AI perfectly draws in the missing pages for you. This means you can take regular footage and turn it into silky smooth, buttery slow motion, pushing it all the way down to 1/10 of the speed without needing a massively expensive dedicated high-speed camera. Plus, AI is actively being used to upscale standard feeds into native 4K by intelligently guessing the missing pixels, and even using AI beat sync to automatically cut dramatic slow-motion replays perfectly to the drop of an intense soundtrack. Meanwhile, advanced machine learning systems from companies like WSC Sports are literally watching games in real time. They're constantly analyzing spikes in crowd noise and reading player celebrations to automatically cut and package custom highlight reels in mere minutes. But it goes way beyond just editing. We're actually seeing the rise of completely synthetic voices. Remember the Paris Olympics? NBC famously used a highly trained AI clone of legendary sports broadcaster Al Michaels to narrate personalized daily highlight recaps, dynamically addressing viewers by name. AI is already deeply, fundamentally embedded in how we consume real sports today. Which leads us directly to Section 4, generating reality from scratch. The crucial point here is that this crossover of Hollywood tech and AI post-processing creates the exact visual language we need, and the AI now knows exactly how to render it. This brings us straight back to generating our hyper-realistic, burger-eating pitch invader completely from thin air. To actually create these fully synthetic broadcasts, creators are flocking to platforms like Fall.ai. You can think of it as a single, unified hub to access all the top-tier AI video generation models out there. By deeply optimizing the underlying hardware, the powerful chips that run these models, they've basically eliminated those agonizingly long loading times that usually plague AI video generation. You press a button, and within a blazing fast 5 to 10 seconds, it starts generating your broadcast with true pay-per-use pricing. It's a real game changer. When it comes to actually rendering our spectacular pitch invader, creators have an incredible menu of options. Looking at this breakdown, VO 3.1 pushes native 4K resolution with synchronized audio for about 60 cents a second. Sora 2 Pro masters incredibly long, continuous 25-second clips. Kling 3 Pro excels at cinematic motion fluidity and complex camera moves. And then you've got WAN 2.2 offering a fantastic budget option for open source advocates. Each of these models brings a specific superpower to building our perfect synthetic live broadcast. So say we use Google DeepMind's VO 3.1. We get access to its highly advanced reference-to-video capability. This is absolutely vital for a broadcast. You provide a reference image, and the AI keeps the character identity rigidly consistent. That ensures our confident burger-eating fan looks exactly the same, down to that distinct mischievous expression across multiple camera angles. Whether it's the sweeping wide shot of the stadium or the tight tracking close-up of her executing that precise touch on the turf, she looks identical. Now, what if we want a long, continuous tracking shot of her jumping over the seats, running down the stairs, and scoring the dramatic goal all in one single take? OpenAI's Sora 2 Pro can generate a massive, uninterrupted 25-second clip. And even crazier, it handles flawless dialogue lip syncing and complex ambient sounds. So as you watch the broadcast, you're actually hearing the physical crunch of the stadium grass under her shoes, the heavy thud of the football as she strikes it, and the exact booming roar of the crowd perfectly timed to the action. And then we have models like Kling 3.0 Pro, which brings something called multi-shot support to the table. This means you can generate an entire sequence of connected scenes from just a single text prompt. The AI essentially acts as your live TV producer. It maintains the cinematic physics, the stadium floodlighting, and the spatial awareness as the scene cuts dynamically from our fan taking a sip of her drink in the stands to the professional players reacting in real time, right down to the final frenzied goal celebration. So, Section 5, the future of sports. All of this brilliantly illustrates where the entire landscape of live entertainment is hurtling at breakneck speed. We've gone from real athletes captured by Hollywood lenses to AI automatically editing those athletes to AI generating the athletes, the physics, the crowd, and the entire broadcast from a simple text prompt. I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought to take away from today's explainer. When a completely synthetic 4K broadcast generated entirely by artificial intelligence features all the drama, the cinematic camera angles, the intricate skin textures, and the hyper-realistic emotion of a live stadium event, will you still care if the game was actually played by real people? It's a fascinating, honestly kind of mind-bending question about the nature of entertainment and reality, and it's one we are absolutely going to be answering very, very soon. Thanks for learning with me today.